Hey everyone, this is your body code practitioner Emmanuel Zavaios out here in Lehi, Utah. Just want to do a really quick video in regards to relationships. And I know for those of you who know what I do as an energy healer, as an emotion body code practitioner, I deal with a lot of people who are dealing with relationships, whether they're floating, doing very well, or they're kind of sinking ship. This may be for you because I want you guys to be less, less hard on yourself in regards to why do my partner and I have contention sometimes? Why are we going through ups and downs? You know, everything was going smoothly, then what happened to us? And what happened to us is, I think the best way to look at it is picture a chessboard and you have these chess pieces. And obviously you guys know what a pawn is, you guys know what a queen is. A pawn just moves forward, doesn't have much mobility. Not saying that's not the strongest, item on the chessboard, but definitely not as strong as the queen or like the rook or the bishop. Pawns have their place, but let's just say they don't have many options and they're kind of restricted. I would say that. And that's kind of where we are. It's kind of like we dress up as pawns, but guess what's below us? If we just unzipper us, what are we? We're queens or kings or rooks or bishops. And the reason why I'm saying that is because as I learned more and more about the emotion code, I figured out that, it makes sense that we kind of walked into relationships kind of like with a crutch. Not everything was, it's almost like we came in handicapped to a marathon and we don't even know that we're handicapped. And so as you guys learn more about the emotion code, if you're very new to it, the one thing I want to tell you is the emotion code is created by Dr. Bradley Nelson, and he talks about how these certain energies are stuck in our body due to trapped emotions. There's basically heavy trauma that can happen in your life, and you think that just because you're over that moment that these energies don't stay in your body, and that's where we're wrong. There's still things stuck there, and they make us what they call reactive. So if you want to write that down, the word of the day is reactive. Something happens to you, we do boom. Like if a person crosses you on the street, we get angrier. If you get a mean text messages, boom, we become defensive. See what that is? A little snap is reactivity. We're very a reactive society right now. And there's 5 things that I wanted to mention to you. So if you want to write these down, 5 things that could be causing you to feel more kind of like create triggers in your relationship. Number 1 is this thing called psychic trauma. Okay, so psychic trauma was actually discovered by Dr. Brad. There's energies in our body that's kind of like a little sphere. And inside this sphere are like 1 or 2 or 3 trapped emotions. Basically, how many times have you felt sad and hopeless at the same time? Or maybe like angry and felt resentment. And you felt them both at the same time, not one by one, but both at the same time. Then it gets stuck in this little energy field in your body. Guess what? It's called the psychic trauma, and it gets stuck in your body. Now the problem is, let's say you're with your partner, and he starts like not hanging out with you as much. And you're just like, oh man, I don't feel too grounded, lost in our relationship, and I'm feeling kind of like I'm losing hope. Hopelessness and lost. Put them together in this little ball of energy, that gets stuck. Now let's say that person doesn't work out with you. 10 years later, you meet with somebody new, and guess what they make you do? They make you feel lost and hopelessness at the same time. It actually is triggering you from the last relationship you're in. And so you're time traveling, you're just time traveling back into that moment, and then it's like you're reliving it again, and then all of a sudden you go back there. All of a sudden it's way more exaggerated. You might do things like, I'm gonna cut this relationship off, or I'm gonna yell at him, or I'm gonna like not talk to him for a while. See, that the action that happens after you being triggered is what's scary. And that's, if you release more of these psychic traumas, when I work with people in relationships, I tell them like, look, let's have peace with your past, with your relationships. You can move forward. I find a lot of these psychic traumas. Number 2, trapped emotions. What is a trapped emotion? Whenever you feel an emotion like sadness, anger, frustration, different emotions, these little energy spheres the size of a tennis ball or cantaloupe are processing through your skin. They're created through your organs and glands, and they can get stuck near that organ or stuck near weak links of the body. But guess what they do there? They not only affect your tissues over time of your body, but they also make you very reactive. So if you have a trapped emotion of, let's say, anger at age 15 from the first person that dumped you, if you're 25 and then something looks kind of unsteady there, or there's some betrayal, you could get angry from 15. So because it's almost like your body's still stuck in the past because that energy is there from 15. So you want to remove those. And on top of that, if you want to make a note of this, you might have inherited emotions. And inherited means you could come from your mother, her grandmother, her mother, kind of stack it and go 10 to 15 layers up. If you want to look up Scientific American, Google it, and look up inherited emotions, well, actually, it won't mention as inherited emotions. It'll say something like, in this case, it has to do with like Holocaust victims and how their great-great-grandkids have depression, anxiety, PTSD. And so that's why is that? These people have very good lives, no abusive parents. Why do they have depression? Why do they have anxieties? Because energies can get passed down from family member to family member. You might have some of those. So the first one is psychic traumas. Second one is trapped emotions. Third one is this thing called emotional resonance energy. So picture like a bell. When you have a very emotional event, it's almost like a bell's been hit. Boom. It's just this ringing energy that comes out there. The problem is that this ringing energy, you know how you say time heals wounds? Not necessarily. If you think about it, these little ringing energies are still ringing in your body. So imagine it's almost like if you're feeling frustration, let's say like in a relationship before, you could have this ringing energy of frustration going on. And how hard would it be if like your new boyfriend, new girlfriend's trying to talk to you and like, they frustrate you, it's almost like they're ringing that bell. Bing again, you're just like bing. And so then there comes the frustration out really easily. So if you have these ringing energies in your body, I even noticed too, pain in your body starts showing up. Like your bones can get misaligned, your muscles could be aching more. You could have these physical issues. I usually find these little ringing energies that are affecting parts of your body if left neglected. So that's the third thing. Fourth thing is there's a thing called resonance. And so, for example, I don't know if you know this, but how many of you guys have ever felt that whenever you walk into a room, you might feel like, I don't know about this guy, or something about that guy bothers me. Like something about this person bothers me. Like all of you have felt that before. And we're wondering, what is that? Well, there's basically their emotional baggage, their luggage, Dr. Brad calls it luggage, basically bothers you. It's almost like, Louis Vuitton, or whatever. It's just like there's something in their baggage bothers you. Now, if they were to remove that, let's say they work with me or they work with someone else, an energy healer, emotion code, body code practitioner, we could say, I'd like to resonate with that person that hates me. I like to resonate with that person that for some reason picks on me all the time. And I can muscle test you from a distance and see you resonate with that person 63%. That means there's a small little percentage there. If we can get it to 100%, you're basically not sending any offensive energies to that person. And so that's another thing that if with your partner, you might have some energies behind you, a luggage that offends them. And that's why they act a certain way towards you. And so you could have these things called cords where you're connecting with somebody else still from your past, an ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend. You could have a ringing energy of resentment, and that your new partner is like, what? I don't know why, but it's just like, do you feel like you're being treated unfairly all the time? Like you feel like you're a victim or something? See, that might offend your boyfriend or girlfriend because you guys maybe don't have that. You guys are going in the right direction, but their subconscious can feel those energies. Like it's like a tuning fork. It's like it's messing with their tune. So there's also resonance energy. So there's a program called Resonance Relationship Program, and I can help you in regards to that. And the fifth one is the heart wall. And so how many times have you felt your heart felt pain, it felt heavy, and it felt like it wanted to break? You're putting these energies over your heart, these little trapped emotions. The problem is that if you have that, you're like, picture like a beautiful butterfly coming out of your heart area. Picture it has to go through all these walls that you've built to protect your heart. By the time it gets out there, Dr. Brad calls it the bat of, it turns into a bat. It was a beautiful butterfly, a message coming out for someone. Your partner receives the bat, and then they get offended and they get upset, or there's miscommunication or contention. And it has nothing to do with them. It has to do with you sending out that mixed message to people. So if you have a heart wall, it's hard. Relationships are hard. If your partner has a heart wall, even imagine a bat being sent to a wall. You see, so that's, what you really want is no walls at all and two people sending clear love messages. So those are the 5 things, guys. Hopefully, if you're totally jaded, you probably know some friends or family that are totally jaded. I'm never doing a relationship ever again. Forget about it. It's just me and my cat, and I'm going to be okay. give them hope with this. Let them know that, hey, you actually, for according to this guy, Emmanuel over here in Utah, who learned from Dr. Brad, he said that there's these energies inside your body that could be causing this. And most people are like, come on, is this thing really real? How can you actually prove that these things exist? Usually when I meet with someone brand new, I work with what? Something very tangible, like pain. So if some of the reviews that you see in my practice, it's like, where's your pain? I'm always asking, where's your pain? Shoulder pain, neck pain. I already know that there's probably trapped emotions affecting the tissues. And if I can remove them from long distance and your pain goes down and it stays down, guess what? Guess what happens to you? You finally believe this is a real thing. Then you increase your faith. Now let's go dive deeper and let's see what's holding you back in different areas. So hopefully you appreciate this video, and hopefully you can tag someone that maybe again is like, I don't know if our relationship's gonna work, or I don't wanna do a relationship again, or I'm about to break up with someone. You might wanna tag them in this video and let them know you guys may have psychic traumas, trapped emotions, emotional resonance energies, heart walls. You might have a bad resonance with your partner. Go check out this video. And so hopefully I can help out some relationships, and hopefully we can decrease, the divorce rate with people. We can decrease people breaking up and thinking they were perfect, but maybe they have some energies that are kind of hitting each other. We can save more relationships. And so with that, hopefully you enjoyed this. And like I said, feel free to comment below what was your biggest nugget that you got from this video, and feel free to share this with anybody that you think really might need this message right now. With that, love you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.